All right, we're going to finish up writing equations in slope intercept form. We're up to example 4, and this one says writing a linear function. Write a linear function f with the values f of 0 equals 10 and f of 6 equals 34. All right, so if you watched the previous video, you know we've been working with y equals mx plus b, where m is your slope and b is your y-intercept. All right, and we've used points and we've used a graph in order to write equations. Now we're going to write an equation using this setup as a function. So if we have f of x, f of 0, this is f of x, so we have an x value of 0, f of x equals 10. That means my y value is 10. So that is actually giving us an ordered pair. When x is 0, y is 10. And they give us a second point, f of 6 equals 34. So f of x, our x is 6, then f of x equals 34, or our y value is 34. All right, so from the previous video, you remember that we have to find the slope first. So we're going to do y, let's do y minus y over x minus x. So 34 minus 10 is 24. 24 over 6. So 24 divided by 6 is 4. So we have a slope of 4. And now we need a y-intercept. Remember, when x is 0, that means it doesn't go left or right. X is your horizontal movement, and y is your vertical movement. So you have an x of 0, then that is the y-intercept. So 0, 10 would be my y-intercept. So m, my slope is 4, my y-intercept is 10. So now it says to write an equation, write a function, y equals 4x plus 10. All right, also if you remember from the previous video, you can plug in the points to see if they work. So plug in my x. 0 times 4 is 0, plus 10 is 10. The first point works. If I plug in 6, 6 times 4 is 24. 24 plus 10 is 34. So both of those work. So we know that that equation is correct and both of those points fall on that line. Modeling real life. All right, excluding hydroelectric and solar, renewable energy sources in the U.S. generated 143.4 million megawatt hours of electricity in 2009. This quantity increased at an approximately constant rate and reached 333 million megawatt hours by 2017. Estimate the amount of electricity generated from these sources in 2021. All right, so we can let x represent the number of years since 2009. Since 2009 is the original year, that's the year that we have the first data from. So we can say let x equal years since 2009. All right, that means 2009 will be year 0. And we know that 143.4 million megawatts would be my y value for that first year. All right, we also can calculate how many years 2017 is from 2009. So this is going to be 2009 up to 2017 would be 8. 8 years from 2009 to 2017. We also know that in 2017, the y value is 333 million megawatts. All right, now that we have 2 data points, we can write an equation. First, we're going to find the slope like we have in the other questions. So 333, that's my y value, minus 143.4. over 8 minus 0. So if I do 333 minus 143.4, I'm going to get 189.6 8 minus 0 is 8. All right, and if I reduce that, I'm going to get 23.7. So 189.6 divided by 8 is 23.7. So again, that's how we find our slope. So our slope equals 23.7, and our y-intercept, whenever x is 0, that's our y-intercept, so 143.4. All right, so we can write an equation. Y equals our slope plus our y-intercept. All right, after we write the equation, there's one more thing to do. It says estimate the amount of electricity generated from these sources in 2021. All right, so we know the original year was 2009. How many years is 2021 from 2009? So if you go 21 minus 9, you're going to get 12. So we can take our equation that we have and simply plug in the number 12 for x. X would be the year. So if we go y equals 23.7 times 12 plus 143.4, that will give us our answer. All right, so let's see what we've got here. So we've got 23.7 times 12, and then add 143.4. So 427.8. 427. All right, and that would be in million of megawatts. All right, so after 12 years, or in the year 2021, renewable energy sources would be estimated to generate around 427.8 million megawatt hours of electricity. All right, so that is our answer. So your linear model is y equals 23.7x plus 143.4. And the model estimates the renewable energy source generated of about 427.8 million megawatt hours in 2021. All right, so that answers all of those questions. If you have any questions, please let me know.